There's only really one fan base that pays attention to this YouTube channel in a great capacity, that has the opportunity of rivaling that of the Vancouver Canucks related engagement, and that in and of itself is the fan base of the Montreal Canadiens. For once in these videos, I feel like we might actually have more Habs fans watching the postgame rather than Canucks fans, because even though y'all know that I was raised here in Vancouver, I was born in the Philippines, moved here as a baby, the Canucks are my hometown team, Montreal is my second favorite team. So no matter what happened in this game on November 9th, Wednesday, 2 days before Remembrance Day, I was gonna be okay with it. And you know, I had a lot of Vancouver friends talking to me while this game was going on, expressing their frustration and their depression and their endless suffering because the Canucks are just giving us reasons to boo this season. And even though this game was a terrible Canucks game, I kind of got a kick out of everything that was going on, you know, the chants, the Demko chants, Tanner Pearson, and all this stuff going on with him. But either way, the Canadiens beat the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. This was Montreal's game to lose, pretty much, and all we need to know from the Vancouver point of view is that the way this road trip is going, I mean, even the last game against Ottawa, they were bad, but they still won. The way this road trip is going, there's no real reason for Rutherford and Alvin to believe that everything that Boudreau said about how the team plays their hardest and they put in the effort, because watching this team, it's clear that, no, they don't. They don't do that. This team does not show up to play half the time, and I don't know if that's a structure thing, I don't know if that's a mentality thing, but it's a thing, and the team is not good, and they lost this game against Montreal, who just clearly wanted it more from the start of the game. And when I say the start of the game, I mean the start of the game. Guess who it is? The MVP himself, the new Louis Eriksson, except he doesn't actually do anything that's good like Eriksson did. Tanner Pearson gets a penalty like 20-30 seconds into the game and puts the Canucks shorthanded, and it's Nick Suzuki who's right there. He snipes it from a bit of a longer range shot, let's just say a mid-range shot, near past the hash marks on Demko. It goes 5-hole, and it's not a good goal there. So yeah, I mean, it's 1-0 early on. Suzuki from Drouin and Caulfield. Nice to see Caulfield getting an assist there. Suzuki obviously has 6 goals in his most recent 6 games played. He's a beast, and he takes 55 seconds to put up another one on Thatcher Demko. Give it a few more minutes, and it's another long shot from the point. Arber Xhekaj goes out there and just takes a long wrister. It goes in. I don't know if it's tipped in by Monahan or whatever, but it goes by. It's 2-0, and then you give it a few more minutes, and it's Kirby Dach who scores 2. 9th shot of the game for Montreal. It's 3-0. Dach is able to score here because Miller, JT freaking Miller, man, he's a point-per-game player, but he does not feel like it. He's the guy in the middle of the Canucks zone who throws it up, trying to push the play into the neutral zone, but no, he fans on it, and it's served up right on the silver platter to Kirby Dach, who walks in and he scores. All it took was like 9 shots on goal for Montreal and a few minutes for it to be a 3-0 game. And I kind of tuned out after that. I kind of just scrolled on Twitter, seeing what the fans were saying, seeing what all my friends were saying, because I have some Canadiens friends that follow the Habs and everything, and it was nice to see them getting a kick out of the Canucks and their problems, the inevitable doom that was just manifesting itself in a cloud over the city of Vancouver and the province of British Columbia as this hockey game continued on. The second period started, though, and Thatcher Demko has to make a few big stops. He snatches the puck out of midair off of Kirby Dach's deflection tip about 2 minutes and 16 seconds-ish after the period began. And then, give it another minute, and guess who it is? It's the MVP himself, Tanner Pearson, who takes yet another offensive zone penalty. Last time, he was hooking the guy down low in the Canadian zone, which is why the Suzuki power play opportunity was even there. This time, he cross-checks Kovacevic into the boards following a Brock Besser chance, and even though the Canucks killed off the penalty, you could just see it on social media. Everybody is done with Tanner Pearson, dude. Stop taking offensive zone penalties! Why does this keep on happening? It's a constant trend with this guy. And I know he gets like an assist every other game. It's weird that he's actually able to produce offense this season, but man, he is not a good player. He isn't. Can't wait for when Jim Rutherford inevitably trades him, because he's going to. He's done so in the past already, so yeah. Myers then gets a tripping penalty, so nice to see the Canucks go in the penalty kill again. This one was also killed off. Dadonov had a beautiful chance in alone on Demko. He got stopped. And we also had ourselves Brendan Gallagher on the ensuing play, just coming in there and shoving his stick right up into Demko's armpit area. And this is when Demko gets really pissed off. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is there trying to shove Gallagher off. They get into a bit of a shoving match. Then Gallagher goes after the goalie. And eventually the Canucks end up on the penalty kill for some reason, but either way, it was nice to see Demko, after having such a bad start to the game, really get into it physically by shoving Gallagher around and falling down with the guy. While the Habs are on the power play at this point, the Montreal building starts up a chant that they would carry on towards the next few parts of the game. Demko, Demko. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're really trying to get under the guy's skin. And honestly, it kind of would work if I was Thatcher Demko. Obviously, I'm not the guy seeing the mental coaches and resources that the Vancouver Canucks, a professional sports team, would have. But man, Demko has not been good this season. He's already let in a few stinkers, and now the fans are chanting his name, ironically, because they're making fun of the guy. And eventually, it's Mike Hoffman who comes in on the rush 2-on-1 with Gallagher. Hoffman shoots, he scores. It's 4-0 Montreal with 6:59 to go in the second period. This goal happens because Jack Rathbone at the Canadiens blue line tries to keep it in, and he fumbles it, which is what allows Hoffman to chip it by him. Ethan Bear is the defenseman back, and he actually plays it pretty well. He dives to take away the pass, forcing Hoffman to take the shot, but Demko just ends up getting beat clean because Mike Hoffman, for all the faults that Mike Hoffman has exhibited this season while playing with the Canadiens, he still is a very lethal goal scorer, which is why he's got 3 goals in his past 2 games for some reason. Nice going there, Mike Hoffman. He's got another one, and it's 4-0. Eventually, you have yourselves a few more plays. Armia slides a wraparound attempt wide. Arber Xhekaj slashed Studnicka, and the Canucks went on to the power play. Tanner Pearson left the game around this time, and they didn't say why. He left, and they said he wouldn't return. I was kind of thinking, hey, was there a mid-game trade? Did Tanner Pearson just get traded? And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, oh, it's probably an injury. So hopefully he's gone sometime soon, but nah, he's probably still going to be here. And yeah, there isn't really any news that we have of a Tanner Pearson trade or whatever, so I'm going to assume for now he is still a part of the Vancouver Canucks organization. But after all of the offensive zone penalties and everything, you definitely want to see this guy leave a little bit sooner rather than later. Podkolzin almost scored, sweeping the puck wide of an empty net after a great rush. And then in the third period, things got a little bit crazy. There was almost another Mike Hoffman goal. Tyler Myers went off the post, Mikheyev got robbed by Montembeault in front, and then Luke Schenn scores. It's Brock Besser who pokes the puck to the point, and Schenn just throws it on goal. It's 4-1 Montreal, and the Canucks, they break Montembeault's shutout attempt. The Canadiens almost made it 5-1 with Jonathan Drouin shooting it wide at an open net pretty much. And then Elias Pettersson in the corner throws it on goal, and Nils Hoglander is there for the rebound. The Canucks make it 4-2. Cooley and Savard, man, we know this pairing has been criticized quite a lot over the past few weeks here, but they are absolutely out to lunch. They're in the middle of Pettersson and Hoglander. Nobody is there in front, which is why Hoglander is just very easily able to bury the rebound. It's 4-2. The Canucks get a little bit of momentum, and then the Canucks go on the power play. It's Caden Cooley who's off for, I believe it was holding Garland against the boards, and then the Canucks hit 2 posts. Miller hits the post. Hughes hits the post. It's killed, but they could have scored twice. And then you have yourselves another goal scored by Montreal. It's Tyler Myers who cannot clear it. And the puck is thrown out in front for Kirby Dach, who is in alone on Demko. He makes it 5-2. And I mean, Demko had 24 saves. Montembeault had 31. Shots on goal, of course, were 33-29 for Vancouver. So they actually did outshoot Montreal in this one. But it was too little too late. Montembeault just kind of was good enough to keep up, and the Canucks, they didn't get themselves any form of a game-winning save or a game-saving save. Thatcher Demko was just more so of what Thatcher Demko has been this season, which has not been great. Todd of the Cons, your thoughts about Vancouver versus Montreal. If you're a Canucks fan or a Habs fan, what are your thoughts on the game that you had just watched? I kind of want to just go to the arcade with some of my friends and wash this night away. Let's just say that. I hope you enjoyed this video, Troll 9, and bye.